Tommy, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Yourself?
Yes, very well, thanks. Well, before we start, belated happy birthday. Probably not how you envisioned spending it.
No, I appreciate it. At the end of the day, it's another birthday. As long as your family and your health's all right, that's it. At the end of the day, innit?
Yeah, that's right. Well, it's big birthday for, isn't it? 21st. That's quite a milestone, really.
It was big, but I just always say to myself, do you know what? I've suffered in lockdown now, but I'll be celebrating it tenfold when I get out of lockdown.
Yeah. Well, funny enough, the last time I saw you, you were off celebrating. That was after Tyson's brilliant win over Deontay in Vegas. I just saw you at the
Yeah,
end, and you said you were off for a bottle. I can't remember what you said now, but looked like you're in the
bottle of
middle.
champagne I was off for.
Yeah. What a night that was.
Yeah, it definitely was, wasn't it? It was the greatest night that you'll ever get, really, wouldn't you?
No, it was it's absolutely stupendous. And well, Tyson himself, I mean, he was great energy in the ring, and then great energy afterwards because he was still going at about 3 o'clock the next afternoon when I saw him.
Yeah, for sure. He was so straight after the fight. We went to the nightclub, and then straight in the morning, he must have gotten at about 10 o'clock in the morning at the hour.
Yeah, that's right.
I was out for a walk, and then he rang me and said, "Oh, we're at the Irish bar." I was like, "Oh, it's 10 o'clock," and then we went there. We was drinking all day, but yeah, it was good. Why not?
Yeah, absolutely, mate, absolutely. I'll get on to you, but while I'm talking about Tyson, I might as well say this now. But so yeah, he's going to fight Deontay again. How do you see that going?
Pretty much the same. If not quicker. Because I believe once you've got someone's number, you've got someone's number. And at 30 odd, 36, whatever Deontay Wilder's 35, he can't learn to box overnight, and he can't learn to do all these things, overnight. So I believe the same story is going to happen. And yeah, Tyson's beaten twice before. Even in the first fight, everyone knew that he won that fight. Yeah, I think the second fight will go pretty much the same way. But I think he'll stop in about 5 rounds this time. He's the best fighter on the planet. There's nobody going to beat Tyson. Tyson remains at the top until he wants to. You know what I mean? And whenever he wants to retire, that's his wish. But I think I can speak for everybody. There's no one that can match him in the heavyweight division. He just moves like no other person for heavyweight, past and present.
Yeah, it was a brilliant performance, but I don't think anyone really expected him. He practically ran at him from the first bell, and we were going, "Whoa!" We were expecting it to be a similar fight to last time, a bit more cagey.
Yeah, at the end of the day, once Tyson says he's going to do something, he's going to do it, and there's nothing going to stop him doing that. And I knew instantly when I heard the game plan, I thought, yeah, that's the right tactics to have. Because at the end of the day, Wilder's never been put on his back foot. He's always been allowed to box as he please, going forward, knocking people out. But he took the fight to Wilder like he said he was going to do. And it paid off, He just out-muscled him, he out-fought him, he out-arted him, he just out-strengthened him in every department.
Yeah, and then obviously Deontay since then, there's been a few excuses about the suit, possible injuries, stuff like that.
See, I can't get my head around that. I never will, as a fighter. You step in the ring and you have a fight, and if you win, you win, you lose. But if you lose, take it on the chin like a man and say, do you know what? He was a better man on the night tonight. But I'm sure next time around I'll get it right, or I'll try to anyway. But thanks very much, and God bless, and that's it. That's how we should have gone on. You don't start coming out with excuses like, I was walking to the ring and my legs started hurting. What's all that about? You know what I mean? We're trained athletes. Training camp is the hardest thing that we ever go through. And I'm pretty sure if I can't walk to the ring for 20 seconds in a 100-kilo suit, you know what I mean? His training mustn't have been that good if he can't walk to the ring in a suit, eh?
And before we get on to so AJ, I mean, that's Tyson gets through Deontay again. AJ gets through his fight. That's what's been mooted next. Very exciting, that one. How do you see that going?
Yeah, I see that one going, See, with AJ, he's a lot more cagey than Joshua. He's not as wild as Joshua, with the big swing. He's not as wild as Wilder, with the big swings and everything like that. He's more, kind of upright, classic boxing style. But I see that fight going for me, Tyson literally boxing the two ears off him, because Tyson's tailor-made opponent is Anthony Joshua. Someone with their hands up here, coming forward. Joshua hasn't got the fastest feet. And I just see Joshua eating the jab all night. And when I say all night, I mean for about 6 rounds, 7 rounds. And I see Joshua retiring his stool, or maybe, something along the lines of that, or getting knocked out late, like round 10 or round 11, because he is tough. But yeah, I see that going the same sort of way, because there's nothing that Joshua brings to the table that can beat Tyson, except one punch. And we've seen Tyson take the biggest 2 punches of all time in the 12th round and get up. So, it just shows that Tyson's got the chin to withstand anything that Joshua has. And I just don't see Joshua doing anything to cause him trouble.
And there's also, as well, I mean, people say that Tyson never sidesteps a fight, where Anthony Joshua may be guilty in the past of not stepping up and fighting the big boys.
Well, I can't really speak for Anthony Joshua on his behalf of his team, whatever. He's done whatever's going to be, the best for his career at the end of the day. He's made the right moves at the right times, and that's why he's where he is today. But I think, I think it's other things, that is involved in it. That's why they don't take these fights. But at the end of the day, the fights at the end of the day, at that level, they must know in their own hearts that they've got to fight each other sooner or later. So I think, Joshua knows deep in his heart that he can't beat Tyson. I think they both know it. But they're going to have to get in there and fight, because he can't run away. They're all in the prime, sort of. So, they need to get in there and get it on. And, whoever comes out on top comes out on top.
Nice one. Right, we'll talk about you now, mate. I didn't mean it to go that way. I meant to talk about you first. But anyway, there we are. How are you getting on, and how's training been during this lockdown?
It's been good, It's been good because training for me in this lockdown hasn't really been, hard, because all my younger years I used to do, I got in super fit condition, the best condition that I've ever got in a shed. All I need is a bag tied up and the road. That's it. The rest you don't really need all these fancy gyms and pure gyms and JD gyms and all that to become in shape. You don't even need a ring. You don't need nothing like that. You just need a bit of a bag and a road. That's it. Go out there in the morning, get your running done, get your body weight circuits done, eat right, and drink loads of water. And then at the end of the day, you'll get fit no matter doing what. You don't need to be in a fancy gym lifting 1,000 kilos to get fit. You just don't need that. So I've been ticking over nice and gently. And obviously, when we get a date, then that's when I'll step up a little bit. But until then, I'm in a nice bit of condition, so I'll just keep doing what I'm doing.
Absolutely. And how is it, training with your dad generally? I know it hasn't been the same the last couple of months, but father and son, how does that work?
It works like a treat at the end of the day, because sometimes it can go against you. Sometimes it can be like, emotions get in the way and all that sort of stuff. But with me and my dad, because we've always trained, for the bulk of it together, my dad knows me more than anybody else, and he knows how to push me, and he knows, when to hold me back and, when to put me through a grilling session. Because then it's like, if my dad didn't know me and I was training hard every single day, I'd burn out, I'd overtrain. But my dad knows when my body's dipping, he knows when I'm on fire. So he gauges it like that. And my dad's a very experienced man. He's been in the game all his life. He was a professional for 15 years, fought some good men. And, what my dad don't know about boxing is not worth knowing, because he's been around fighters all his life. And every single opponent, I've fought in the amateurs, in the professionals, every single opponent Tyson's faced, he can read them like a book. So I'm confident that whatever fighter I come up against, I've got the right man in my corner and the right team around me.
Frank's announced the first batch of fights. Your name wasn't mentioned in that. You obviously sound like you're raring to go, maybe in the next lot on one of the cards, hopefully.
Whenever Frank's ready, ready to go, I'm sure Frank will know the right show to put me on. So I'm leaving it up to Frank at the minute. I'm just doing my training in the background, working hard as always. And whenever that phone rings, I'll be ready.
And like you said before, you've only had 3 professional fights. I think only 12 amateur fights.
Yeah.
So I know the goal is to become world champion, but presumably you're not going to take it too quickly.
No, for sure. And I think that's the problem with a lot of these fighters, hungry fighters coming up. They try and bite off a lot more than they can chew. The game about boxing is get learning fights, get the right fights at the right time, earn your craft properly, and when you're ready and you feel ready and you're at the best of your ability, then step up. Because once you step up, you can't come down. It's like for my profile and for everything that's going on for my last name, if I got a British title shot when I've had 8 fights, right? Fair enough, I'll take the British title fight. This is me speaking. If along down the line, I'd take that British title fight, but then I'd have to go up. I'd have to defend, or I'd have to move on to the next stage. There's no going down. So me being 21, only having 12 amateur fights, only having 3 professional fights, there's still a lot to work on. And I'm a realist at the end of the day. There's a lot to work on, and the end goal is to be a world champion. But where's the rush? I'm 21 years old, just turned in May. So I'm going to take my time, nice and steady, work along slowly in the gym, get the right fights at the right time, and step up gradually, you know? At the end of the day, I'm here, I'm training hard, I'm getting the right fights. And the most important thing is my dad's in the corner. It's not some guy that I don't know or, you know, I've only got a gym relationship with him. My dad's my dad, and he'll do nothing to steer me wrong. My dad's not in it for any money. He's not in it for anything. He's in it to see me do well. And, you know, my dad won't put me in there with anybody that, you know, he doesn't think he's too early. Especially, like I said before, my dad has been in this game a long time, and my dad will know me when to put me in them sort of fights.
And you've said for your own path, you know, you're just going to keep it nice and steady. But if everything gets back to normal, say this time next year, where would you like to be?
This time next year, I really can't call it, because it's in boxing. It only, you know, one fight at a time, because you can't plan ahead. You know, we've got to plan for the first fight, get out of the way, and then we move on. But next year, I don't know how many fights. I've had 3 now. Next year, probably like to have, end of next year, probably like to be 8, 9-0, something like that. You know, along the lines of that, challenging for an English title or something like that. But, you know, we can only go off the progression in the ring. And obviously, when my dad thinks I'm ready to step up, I'll be stepping up. But in my own heart of hearts, that time frame seems about right to me, because then I've got enough time to get the right fights, get the right experience, get the right amount, and then I can step up. Because like I said before, once you go up, you can't come down. So I want to make sure that when I'm ready to go to that level, I ain't coming back down. I'm only going up.
Incidentally, when we put a post out, BT Sports, saying happy 21st Tommy Fury, loads of people come back, he's only 21.
Yeah, literally, yeah. That's it went mad on Twitter. I think it was trending at number 1 at one stage, saying, "How is this guy 21?" Thanks, compliments, everyone. Jesus.
Say again.
I said, thanks for all the compliments, everyone. Jesus. Just put, I might as well say I'm 46. That's what I look. Apparently, some guy said. Someone said, I can't believe he's not got 6 children and he's not married and at home. I thought, hold on a minute. I looked myself in the mirror and I thought, what's going on here? I swear I can't even grow up here properly as well, and they're calling me 46-year-old.
I think it must be the beard, mate. I think that's what it is. Yeah.
It's not even a beard. Look, it's all patchy. I can't even grow up a beard.
Well, you're looking good, mate. I wish I looked that good at 21 or even my age. But anyway, lovely to talk to you as always, Tommy. Take care, mate.
You too, mate. Thank you. God bless.
Yeah, you too. See you soon.